Welcome back, all you Fabricans and Fleshbags, to the super, not funny show reviews. And today I'm reviewing Quantum Leap, Episode 8, the mid-season finale, entitled Stand By Ben, coming to you from NBC and streaming on Peacock. So, what did I think about it? And should you be watching? Before we get into the review, please get down there, hit the like, and subscribe on this video. The mid-season finale, man, it's crazy to say that. The 8th episode, Stand By Ben. It takes place in the 90s, and it's all about some kids from a troubled kids ranch, academy, whatever, escaping the, the brutal, treatment and kind of the messed up place that they are from. And Ben's got to figure out how to keep all these kids from dying of dehydration in the middle of a terrible heat wave, and in the process, maybe even figure a way out of that terrible place they're coming from. I think Ben, unfortunately, he gets pushed into the body of a teenager, and man, being a grown up in a teenager's body, everyone does like that, 13 going on 30 or 17 again. They think it's all good, but being a teenager with a grown-up's mind, probably not the easiest thing ever to not, when you're in the mode of talking, sort of lecturing, talking down, whatever, to young people. It's not really going to work, and you have no authority because you're their age. So it's, this is a little bit of Breakfast Club, a little bit of, as you can imagine, Stand By Me, and also, sort of touching on, why troubled kids are troubled. And as Addison says, between the four of the kids there, they don't really have, a stable, parental or even just like, grown up, responsible figure that's really on their side. This is why they've decided to run away and go, live their best lives elsewhere. And also as they, sort of show the place they're coming from is fronting as a place to fix wayward children, but is in fact, sort of a terrible place that's abusing the kids. I really, I like this episode, if for no other reason, because it gives you like a throwback feel to those sorts of, kids, sort of going on a trip, a journey of discovery for themselves, and gives all these kids, but in a very quick way, because it's one episode. They can't do everyone's backstory close by, but kind of showing all these kids and how, they're smart or, adaptable, and they really do sort of see that they're in a no-win situation where if they don't leave, they're going to die. Or, it's, I don't want to say that they're exaggerating. That's not really what's going on, but because it really is that bad. But if they don't go and try to make a life for themselves, they really are going to, sort of die. And in this case, it's absolutely going to happen. And they have some hope in the fact that other people have escaped from the same place. And of course, everyone loves the whole, motley group of misfits is sort of coming together in not either a time of crisis or in a grand adventure that it, formed a strong bond. I really enjoyed that aspect of it. And I really like the way that, Addison and Ben's relationship continues to sort of, I don't want to say flower, but, reconnect the way, because Ben gets his memories back, but also just that, she's helping him and they're a great duo. And I love the fact that I continue to wonder, like, how many people are just going to, turn a blind eye to the fact that Ben's talking to himself. He's clearly, and they acknowledge that, and these kids, they, some of them are on like, drugs for their, mood or whatever, or, have imaginary people as coping mechanisms. So that's what they think is going on here. And it's pretty cool that they skirt so close to the truth and they're not really quite there. All of that was quite fun. I really just like that, the whole little journey aspect of everything. The way it all comes to, like the ending of the episode, as far as the story, the leap is concerned, it's pretty predictable the way it's going on. You know, as soon as the one girl mentioned she had a uncle nearby that was a newscaster, I was like, oh, well, I see how this is going to all play out. And even down to the part where, they go to the cabin, they have their little fun time. There's a, little romantic stuff. Ben sorts of, speechifies and everything like that. And then, the two head bad guys from the academy come to get them. All of that stuff, all that's quite predictable. And again, I've said before, I don't care so much about, predictability or of a story if it's presented well. And I think this is presented quite well. It's a fun little story that you can really get into. The B story, not quite as interesting. It's really just, Janice uses her backdoor protocols to sort of lock down the facility, the Quantum Leap Project facility, and it gives Magic and Jenna a moment to sort of talk about her dad and how, his dysfunction and whatever, and that he's constantly being a disappointment to her, and Magic knowing her dad, and just is like, well, give him a chance anyway, doing the father figure sort of thing. I wish this was a little more interesting and a little less of a contrived we're in a box situation, but I do enjoy seeing Ernie Hudson, so I'll take what I can get. Not enough Ian in this episode too. That's a down part on this. Honestly, I really need Ian to be a lot more involved in the narrative here. We keep seeing everyone else's sort of, backstory. What's Ian's backstory? We need to get some more of that. I hope in the second half of the season they get on that particular subject. And of course, we find out finally why Ben leaped. And it was, you probably could have guessed this before, especially considering the other leaper who is clearly from the future, that has leaped in the future and coming back and sort of being like, stop following me. That it's obvious that there can be other leapers who aren't simultaneously leaping, but are in fact from the future. And Ben wants to save Addison. Why and when is that all going to come about? We don't know, but that's the whole point of this big project. So, hey, surprise, Janice is not, and I never thought she was, but Janice is not some, evil entity or evil actor that's sort of using Ben or anything. Ben's actually doing this for a good reason. And I hope, and I'm sure we're going to find out more about that in the future. So, anyway, all around, pretty solid episode. Not my favorite, but it had a lot of good, cool moments. And I think I can really recommend that you watch this. So anyway, what do you guys think about this episode? What do you think about what I had to say? Get down to the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. And, of course, you can always hit me up, supernotfunnyshow@gmail.com or at supernotfunnys1 on Twitter. And do your boy a favor, get down there, hit the like and subscribe button and notification bell. All of that good stuff helps with the algorithm so more people can see these reviews. All right, all you Fabricans and Fleshbags, thanks once again for joining me. Come back in January. Going to be doing the 9th episode of Quantum Leap. Till then, I've been Mo de Poupée, the resident fabricant and comic extraordinary on all things pop culture. And I'll see you guys on the other side of the thread. Peace.